Welcome everyone to another tour, this time Splash Mountain Water Park in Ocean City, Maryland. This is right next to Jolly Roger and obviously Speed World. If you want to learn about Speed World and Jolly Roger, we have a separate tour for that, but today we're just doing the water park, show you everything you can do here in Ocean City's water park. And here are all the height requirements. As soon as you enter in, you're going to find the lockers, or the first lockers. I'm sure there are more otherwise, but $8 for the mediums, $12 for the larges, and then the jumbos are $20. Actually not bad for a water park price. All right, once you get inside, here's the first view you're going to have. Before we talk about the first slide, you can see this walkway right here. Remember it later. This will save you if you want to get around the park really quickly. Remember it, I'll show you where it comes out towards the end of the video. But while we're here, it's this white slide. There's a bunch of slides on top of a hill in the middle. They all enter from different areas in the parks. So only Rapids starts from over here. And it's this weird, it's old school. It's like in ground. It's just weird. It's kind of bumpy, it's crazy. There's one turn that's just insane. One of our favorite attractions here, for sure. Highly suggest it. It can get a longer line because it's fairly accessible to most people, as you saw with the height requirements earlier. What the heck, Elio? Ah! Oh, no! Clear? But over here, you have the Cannonball slides, which are just basically this little double dip into a fairly deep pool, so you need to swim pretty well for this one. You enter on those over on that side. For these colored slides, the black hole slides, you enter right over there. So let's go ahead and show you what the black hole slides are all about. So two of them are mostly enclosed, and one is in the air with the black hole slides, even though, you know, one's not really a black hole. So you have about 3 kids areas in this park. I would say 4, actually. You have the twist and shout little slides over there. That little green one, if you have a little one, I won't say why, but it will probably be their favorite slide if they can only do the smaller stuff, for sure. That's a little pirate ship. Of course, we're right next to the Jolly Roger amusement park, so everything's pirate themed as well here at Splash Mountain. That's a little wading pool here, about a foot, 2 feet deep. A little pirate there with a little slide. And then this is when it starts to get a little confusing. This park seems like it got built out and like over itself, so it's kind of a bit of a maze. So there's a little splash pad on the island of the Lazy River, which we'll talk about later. Another thing I forgot to tell you is that they don't store tubes at the bottom of a slide like a lot of water parks do, where you have to return it every time you get off a slide. Our suggestion is go to the toilet bowl first, that we'll show you later, and then do all the tube slides so you can keep your tubes. They have plenty of them, but you just walk around with it, so you don't have to keep on getting a new one, which I kind of enjoy. But they have a little splash pad here. You have to go down this way and around the bridge to get there. They have some really good smelling funnel cake that's been, man, I want some funnel cake. They have some tacos, look at that. Ooh, I want some tacos. And you have the Rainforest giant water playground here. I love the pirate bucket. One of 2 buckets, we'll show you the other one later. But you have like multiple slides on the bottom here. You got about like 4 or 5 little slides, and then 3 larger ones that, you know, the whole family can pretty much do. So yeah, lots of water features, the wading pool on the bottom. Fun looking water playground, if I must say. And of course, I love a bucket, so let's get real close and check that out as it falls on us. You got this fun parrot over here, lots of climbing nets, lots of slides. They're okay. even for adults, they're fun. Slow, but there you go. And there's that crazy aqua loop. Here's the end of the rainforest slides. They do end in a 3.5 foot deep pool, so just be aware of that. But there they are. And that bucket, if you're standing right there, you can get really seriously wet by it. Watch, watch. Oh yeah, look at that. That's so weird. That's cool. So as I said, there are plenty of places to get onto the lazy river. Like half of it doesn't even have a fence, so you can just get right in apparently. I've never seen such an unrestricted lazy river, I don't think. As you can see right here, you can go left and you can just go around the back side of the park that we haven't shown you yet, or you can go right and it takes you all around it. It's fairly slow moving, and you'll see that some of the slides actually exit into the lazy river. Well, you tell you the ones that do. There are 3 of them. They have a wave pool. The strangest wave pool I think I've ever seen before. It's like an L shape. So we'll go inside and show you, but the waves come from this way instead of just being straight in, which we've never seen before. So we haven't tried it yet, so we're gonna go try it and we'll let you know how it is once we're done. So it's pretty standard wave pool. It just has the weird curve that creates like weird currents that are pushing the fiance all over the place. You can barely stand up. But yeah, it's definitely different, but it's a fun little wave pool. Next up is the Aqua Loop, which is what I was most excited to try out today. It is a body slide with a drop pod, which for a lot of people is scary in its own right. But it does this loop over here. It's crazy. So you do get inside, the door closes, and then the floor drops off. A lot of restrictions on this one. Between 100 and 300 pounds, single riders only. You can't have anything with you. No jewelry, no thing in your pockets, no Aqua shirts, no footwear, nothing. It's a very restrictive ride, so just be aware of that. And then around this way is the Eye of the Hurricane, which I suggest you go to first. That's had the longest line. It's one of our favorite toilet bowls that's on the tube for sure. You have that drop in there, but for whatever reason, you stay on the edge of the toilet bowl way longer than you normally do. Normally you're done after usually like 1 rotation, but we got like our second rotation was like almost as high as the first one, and they're giving 4 rotations, so definitely suggest that and go there first. Along with basically all the slides that exit into the lazy river are the ones you're gonna want to hit first, it seems. So we'll keep moving on. As you can see, they got plenty of places to reserve for birthdays or family gatherings, plenty of seating. There are cabanas that you probably noticed around the water park as we've been walking around. Not sure of the prices, but they have them. Also, if you need first aid, it is back this way. So when you get off of the Aqua Loop, you're gonna have to take that ridge back if you want to go on what I call the Cake Boss Cake slide, the mat racer. You have to go across that way, and we'll go show you what that is all about. So once again, as we said, you take the bridge over, or you ride this right after getting off the Aqua Loop to do the park's mat racing slide called Speed Slides. Kind of generic name, but one of the better mat racer slides. Normally I'd say this is really generic, but you have 6 lanes, so you get to race 5 other friends or strangers, and go down 3 dips, and at the end you drop down into a little pool. And I've done ones that do this before, but for whatever reason this one sometimes catapults you like out of the water. Like one point got me like 2 or 3 feet in the air. You would think it was really violent on your body, but it was not. It was a lot of fun, so thumbs up on this one for whatever reason, and it has good capacity, so it never really has much of a line. What amusement doesn't have Dippin' Dots? They got them. Here's the 4th kids area, the Lost Lagoon, which is basically just a small water playground with a couple of slides, 1.5 deep water, and a couple of interactive things. So there it is. Fun. And there's that second bucket. A pirate on the front and another parrot. Love it. So we told you the front of the park was where we entered. I don't think there's a defined front of the park. There's 3 different entrances, one by the mini golf, one by the amusement park, and one by the go-karts. So here it is over here. We have some Nathan's over here, bacon cheeseburger, hot dogs. And our last ride here is the raft ride thing. What do they call it? Raging raft ride, I think. It's this double dip thing. You need to have 4 people, and they have the tubes are very heavy, these clover leaf things, so be aware of that. You must have 4 people. If you're a couple like us, we just waited for a couple. It took a few minutes. We got to ride. It was okay. Always seems to be a struggle to get going on this one for whatever reason. But there they go. A little bit of air time on that second dip. And oop, don't do that. And then back here where the lockers and dressing rooms are for this side of the park, a little volleyball. I kind of wish it was just a like a hot tub, just like relaxation back in the park, you know, kind of by itself, kind of quiet. But no, you got volleyball. Swim up a bar. I don't know what the liquor license are in Maryland and at Ocean City, but that would be cool. So we just have a few more things to show you. You've probably been seeing it while we've been walking around the park because the main slide tower is right there. I'll show you how to get to everything. It's a little confusing, but once you know what you're doing, pretty easy. As we cross over this little bridge, here's the exit to the body slides, just called body slides. Very similar to the black hole slides at the beginning. This one is very slow in the light. That one is in the dark, the blue one. And probably my favorite body slide in the park, aside from the Aqua Loop. Yeah, so to get to these body slides, we'll show you in a second, but this yellow one, which you've been seeing all over the place and ends over there, which is another one that ends into the lazy river, is the Master Blaster. This is probably one of the best slides in the park for sure. It's got 4 drops and 3 uphill sections. A little bit of air time on that final one over there. This one seemed to get a longer line a little bit later in the day as well. So I'd definitely go here second. And to get onto that, you have to go around the exit of the speed slides and around that way. It's the only thing, it's back there, it's kind of hidden, the entrance. As we walk back to our final slide entrances, here's the first aid gazebo. It seems very convenient. This is the walkway I showed you at the beginning of the tour that I said, remember that walkway. So, very good way to avoid a lot of bottlenecks and all that stuff over around the other way. And to get to this big half-pipe slide, the Stealth, you go on here. And to get on the 2 body slides, you also go there. You don't need a tube, obviously, and you just walk up, and that usually will probably have the shortest wait in the park from our experience. So Stealth is the half-pipe slide. It does eventually funnel you out and into the lazy river, so you don't have to get out at the bottom. And a little precarious getting in. As you can see, the lifeguard's actually tethered to the slide just in case, so it doesn't fall down it. So this is one of the more thrilling slides for sure. The more weight you have, the higher you're gonna go. And yeah, a lot of fun. So that is Splash Mountain. I've been wanting to come here for like 4 or 5 years since I went to Jolly Roger last, the amusement park next door. And I am so happy I finally did. It is a return visit water park for me. A lot of these water parks we go to, we like to try, but they can be one or done. This one, whoa, that was high. Yeah, one of the better water parks we've been to. I've only been to a few that are right near the shore, but this one will probably be my favorite. The only other competition is the Maury's in Wildwood, New Jersey. Those are fun, but this has definitely got a very unique lineup of slides. Old school, new school, lots of stuff for kids to do. Definitely suggest it. It was about $52 with the addition of a combo with the amusement park that was just $8 from 2 to 6. Today the park was open from 10 to 4. A great time. We were here for about 5 hours and we had an amazing time. So thank you so much for watching. This has been Alex for the Coaster Spot. Check out more tours. We've done a lot of water park tours this summer and we're going to keep doing them. Also, we're going to Mexico soon, so check that out. See you next time.